Welcome to week 2, or mindfulness of body, with a focus on embodiment. So, embodiment is really, really important to meditation and mindfulness for a few reasons. First, and probably foremost, for the basic fact that the body is always present. The body is always inhabiting this moment. It's the mind that has this wonderful ability to time travel or to move off into planning for the future or ruminating over something that happened in the past. I can't tell you how many times I have spent a full morning going over conversations that had happened the day before or even the week before. So, if we can use our bodies as this portal into the moment by reconnecting our minds to our bodies, we are increasing our chances of presence. But also, embodiment or mind body practices can be really important because the mind and the body are always communicating. They're always sending each other little signals, letting the body is sending the mind signals, the mind is sending the body signals all the time. For instance, if you haven't eaten in a while and you walk past a bakery and you smell freshly baked bread, your tummy might start to rumble, you might start to salivate, your body is sending signals to your mind to say, you're hungry, eat. Or maybe, sometimes I know, for instance, when I am going over those conversations, maybe even arguments that might have happened yesterday or the week before, sometimes these conversations or arguments might be anxiety provoking. And just the mere thought of this threat can send a signal to my body, which starts to, release these stress hormones. So there's this constant communication happening behind the scenes. In fact, many times, usually when I get really, really tired or overspent, I get eczema or a rash on my face. And sometimes it's that rash on the face that tells me I need to slow down. So, mindfulness of body, or the more times that we connect into what is happening within the body, this is going to give us a wider sense of knowing what is happening while it's happening. And it will really give us the chance to start to live from this place of embodied presence and to really live more holistically. So over the week coming, you're going to start to explore some embodiment practices. I know there's a few body scans and there's a few mindful movement practices, but there's also a few practices that really focus on the breath and the sensations of the breath in the body as a place of access to this reconnection of mind and body. And sometimes through these practices, you might start to hear phrases like really sensing into the body or getting a sense of feeling the body from the inside out. And so I thought that today I might do a little practice that really helps us know what that means. Because if we've been living from this place of the mind for long enough, touching in with the body, touching in with sensations might feel foreign. Maybe we're not even sure what it is that we are feeling in the body, or maybe we have a complicated relationship with our body, and for some reason the mind has blocked off, its access to sensations. And that's okay. What's so important in all of these practices is to hold ourselves gently and to trust ourselves and to take care of ourselves and to maybe even approach these these mindfulness of body practices with some kindness and care. And if at any point we feel overwhelmed or are struggling, giving ourselves permission to just rest with the breath, or to stop a practice and maybe come back to it and try again the next day. So we're going to do a little practice where we can see if we can really sense into the body from the inside out. Okay? So let's begin. Okay. So you might like to begin by placing the body, whether that's in a seated position, like myself. And if you are, just ensuring that the spine is upright. So maybe with each in-breath, just lengthening the spine. But at the same time, with each out-breath, just softening the body, allowing the body to soften. You're just lifting the shoulders, letting them drop. Allowing that heart center to open. Touching in with all of the muscles around the eyes, the jaw. Notice if there's any holding or tension. And if you're standing, just really sensing into your feet as they're firmly planted on the ground. Seeing if you can stand upright in the same way with the spine straight and the body soft. If you're laying down, just maybe allowing your hands to rest by your side. Sometimes it can be helpful to lifting the knees to ease some of that pressure off of the lower back. Just taking a moment to place the body. And then maybe setting an intention to remain open and curious, almost as if we're experiencing the body for the first time. And to begin with, I'm going to ask you to just raise your hands in front of you as I am here. And when you're ready, maybe on the count of 3, we're going to clap our hands real hard. Okay? So 1, 2, 3. And now, maybe closing your eyes if this feels okay, or just having a soft gaze on the floor in front of you. Sensing into what you can feel as a result of that clap. What can you feel in your hands? What can you feel from the inside out? I know I can feel a tingling more in my ring fingers and my middle fingers, and a heat. The pulsing. Let's do this one more time. Okay, so on the count of 3, we're going to clap our hands, and then we're going to see if we can close our eyes or have a soft gaze and really sense into the hands from the inside out. So 1, 2, 3. What can you feel? Maybe just silently describing the sensations to yourself. And then as the sensations fade, maybe even noticing how they fade and change, how it's very rare for these sensations to stay the complete same. Just resting your hands in your lap. And in that same way, sensing into your feet. What can you feel from the inside out? I know I can feel a coolness. My feet are quite cool. A tingling, almost like a vibration. I can also feel the points of contact of the feet on the floor. What can you feel? And if there's a numbness and nothing at all, that's okay too. We're just noticing with that openness and that curiosity. And then just broadening that awareness, staying with from the inside out, up our legs. What can you feel happening from the inside out in your legs? There's not much here happening for me in this moment, but there's a few little twinges around my knee. There's an itch in the back of one of my calves. And again, what can you feel? So just noticing. Broadening the attention up into the hips and the tummy. I can feel the point of contact of my bum on the seat. A little fluttering in my tummy. Noticing if you're going into story about the sensations, I was just going, oh, there's a fluttering. Oh, am I feeling nervous? Why am I feeling nervous? You shouldn't be feeling nervous, Jane. My mind is moving off into thinking story. And if this happens, that's okay. This is what the mind does. We just notice the story and just coming back to the bare sensations that are happening in the body. It's interesting though. There's an emotion present in my tummy, a bit of nerves. So bringing that curiosity. And then broadening the awareness into our chest, our back. I can feel my breath in my chest and my back. What can you feel? And if you are feeling your breath, how would you describe it? What can you feel? Where do you feel it most strongly? And maybe this is broadening the awareness into the neck and the mouth in the face and the head. And then spreading that awareness down the arms back into the hands. I can still feel residual tingling from that clap. And then we're going to see if we can, again, broaden out our attention to the spaces where the body meets the air around it, to the skin. Can you feel anything? Mostly can't feel anything in my hands, but I can feel a bit of air movement on my chest. I can get a sense of the outline of my body as it meets the air. And then broadening that awareness out even further to the space, maybe to a foot or two around the body. Getting a sense of my body's position in the room in relation to my computer, to the walls beside me, the ceiling above me, the ground beneath me. And just seeing if I can come to rest in this space. Can you come to rest in this space with this alive, breathing body? So once again, touching in with what can you feel in this alive, breathing body as a whole right now. And it might be this subtle sensations of aliveness, the tingles and the itches or the niggles. Maybe it's numbness. Maybe there's nothing there at all, and that's okay too. Or maybe there's some area of tension, soreness, something bigger, point of contact. Just seeing what it might be like to welcome all of these sensations just as they are. Maybe even using our breath, using the out breath to soften around the edges of sensations. Not trying to change them, but as a welcome and as a giving space to. Giving space to these sensations to be simply part of our moment-to-moment experience. Just spending a few moments resting with the sensations, resting with the breath. Allowing the sensations to hold the mind present. Allowing the mind to come home to the body, to this place of presence. And as we're coming towards the end of this practice, maybe setting an intention to touch in with our body from time to time throughout our days, to notice sensations, to notice if there's an emotion that's present, like there was a nervousness in my tummy earlier. To notice any communications that are happening between mind and body, so that we may live more holistically and from a place of embodied presence. Have a wonderful day and a great week.